Hi, I'm LALITA and welcome to What Do You Think on Worldwrite, the home of Citizen TV, the show where we discuss pressing issues and raise major questions. Today, the topic is democracy, and we would like to know what you think.
Hi, my name is Amy and I have a few questions. Compared to 3 years ago, there is far more knowledge around what it means to leave the EU and what the potential repercussions are from a no-deal Brexit. Because we know more now than we did before, would a second referendum be undemocratic? My second question relates to equality. After the result of the 2016 referendum, older people who voted Leave were targeted with very hostile statements in the media, including the editor of The New European who said, "At a Brexit Party rally, you need to take a bucket and mop all the leaked piss." And he was referring to older people. I find this open hostility to a legally protected group quite troubling. Why is ageism ignored and seemingly accepted in the media?
Hi, I'm Jay. My first question is about populism. To its critics, populism is an increasingly dangerous movement which threatens democracy. I'm concerned that there's a real misunderstanding about what populism strives to achieve, not to pursue a foolish and misguided policy fueled by mob rule, but to reflect the unique everyday life experiences of the people. When are the traditional main parties going to realise that democracy is all about listening to and responding to the public, the essence of populism? My other question refers to the concept about the tyranny of the majority. The result of the 2016 EU referendum is often contested using this argument. How else does one come to the decision over a conflicting idea? The majority wins, no?
Hi, I'm SMRITI and I have two questions. Firstly, in 1999, the Labour government introduced legislation to remove hereditary peers from the House of Lords, but reached a compromise permitting 92 peers to remain until reforms were complete. 2 decades later, nothing has changed. The House of Lords still has a membership of 92 hereditary peers, 26 bishops, and no limit to the number of life peers. Is this what we want democracy to look like in this day and age? My second question is as follows. The right to vote is fundamental to democracy. Many argue that it is a person's civic duty to vote. Is choosing not to vote a relinquishment of one's power or a valid response to incompetent governance? Should voting be made compulsory to ensure that the right to vote is exercised by everybody, or is compulsory voting fundamentally undemocratic?
Hi, I'm Anton. When democracy was conceived as an idea, a city-state would include a few thousand people. Today, government takes decisions that affect many millions of us. In this development, the system was bereft of true accountability and connection between a people and its representatives. I believe that by transferring power from the top to local governments, leaving no more than the necessary on a federal level, we might be able to return to what was once called a government by the people. However, the question is how many issues can be decided by those immediately concerned.
Hi, my name is Roxy and I want to raise some concerns related to democracy and corruption. In some European countries, political parties would usually promise people material possessions such as flour maybe or oil in exchange for votes. But can we blame those people for accepting the oil? Can we blame them for giving their vote to people who didn't earn it the right way, even if that meant that they could now provide for their families? So now my second question is concerned with education. Some today may argue that voting should be limited to those who are educated to a certain degree. But do we really need a PhD in order to see what's going on behind the scenes?
Hi, my name is Maximilian and I have a question on representative democracy. At various times in history, activists campaigned for the proportional representation system because they want the parliament to be representative of people's desires and interests. However, today it seems to me that the push for proportionate representation is driven by a disdain for the majority and by a belief that the minority outlooks are needed in Parliament in order to contain the masses' views. Therefore, I was wondering, what do you think?
Hi, I'm Marie and I'm concerned that during the referendum of the Brexit and European vote, a lot of young people that I talked to from my friendship circle that wanted to remain were not old enough to vote yet and have stated that they didn't want elderly people to vote because they're going to die soon anyways, and they're ruining our future. If we are a democracy though, then we can't withhold someone the right to vote, no matter how old they might be. I think this view of the elderly is quite disrespectful. So how did it even get this far that the younger generations have such a negative view, and why would they feel this way?
My name is Lanra and I've been thinking about the age to vote. The Labour Party, under the leadership of Harold Wilson, was able to change the voting age from 21 to 18. Is it democratic to change the voting age to 16 when they are not considered adults in other areas of their lives?
Hi, I'm LALITA. Kenya, by definition, is a democracy. They have multiple political parties and hold elections. But the human rights and civil liberties of their people are completely undermined by blatant and ongoing corruption and police brutality. It seems, as in Kenya, democratic systems can fail those they are put in place to protect if the misconduct of authorities remains unquestioned. In societies with high levels of inequality, where poverty is rife and development is stunted, corrupt officials can manipulate the system of democracy through bribery and violence to protect their term. My question is, can democracy ever really work if we're subject to an authoritarian state?
Hi, I'm Matt and I have two questions. For centuries, we were led by tyrannical kings who exercised their power with impunity. We engaged in bloody wars, fought and protested to restrict their powers and create a more egalitarian, democratic society. Recent suggestions have been made that, to avoid legislation against a no-deal Brexit, royal prerogative could be transferred back to the Queen to dissolve Parliament. Does this prorogation set a dangerous precedent that could roll back centuries of progress, or is this simply another instance of manipulation of a now toothless monarch by a tyrannical Parliament? Secondly, Britain is often heralded as a forebearer of democracy with a system envied across the world. But recent events have highlighted the vast issues present within the Westminster model. I am proud to be a citizen of a country with a historical and unique process. However, to truly fix politics in the UK, do we need to rebuild our political system?